This morning I woke up to earth covered in thick, sparkling hoarfrost. Sun shone faintly through a blanket of fog, and that's when I knew this is going to be a beautiful day. I went for a drive through the vast English countryside, mesmerized by the blue rolling hills interchanged with the thick woodlands towering above, hazy rays of sun magically illuminating the road through the tree branches. I wish I could capture it with my own eyes and show you exactly what I saw. The camera just doesn't do the trick, but I try to translate it as accurately as I can. I always tend to leave a bit earlier and take a long road to my destination, avoid motorways and busy roads, and instead drive through tiny roads and villages, getting inspiration for the days to come. February feels strange, a sort of borrowed time, the fleeting moment between winter and spring, where the landscapes are still bare and blue. But if you look closely, you'll see signs of spring appearing all around. I've been slightly obsessed with finding snowdrops this month, which is why today you will see an abundance of them through my eyes. After freezing sub-zero temperatures at night, these beautiful, gentle but strong flowers pierce the cold earth in the darkness of a bare winter woodland, white carpets covering the ground like snow. And they will melt soon enough, giving way to the vibrant colors of spring. To help me bear through winter, I decided that it's time to plant some vegetables and flowers in the garden. I have a very small garden at the back of my house, and as I live in the rented property, I can't do much with it. The space that I have for my vegetable garden is very limited, and I will have to grow most of it in containers. I'm very much a beginner gardener, and whatever I do might not be exactly correct or perfect. Really, I just sow the seeds and hope for the best most of the time. Last year was pretty successful though. I planted radishes, tomatoes and chili peppers, and due to lack of experience, I ended up having a jungle of tomatoes in the garden, taking up pretty much most of the space. One seedling produces one large plant, and funny enough, I wasn't aware of that, so I ended up having 10 tomato bushes full of crop. Seeing how expensive cherry tomatoes are at the moment though, I believe growing my own is still the best idea, and that's what I'm going to do again this year. Albeit not as big of a batch as before. Due to lack of space, I specifically chose the kind which isn't going to grow tall but rather stay compact and short whilst still producing a good yield. I have also planted the same radishes as last year. Radishes like the cooler temperatures, and they're perfect to plant right now. I'm going to experiment with peas and aubergines, or eggplants, which is something I'm particularly nervous about. I read that they're not as easy to grow. As well as peas, I will also plant some nasturtium flowers, which will help to deter the unwanted insects. I'm sowing everything first in tiny containers, which I'm reusing from last year, and covering them with a lid to retain warmth and moisture as much as possible. These will live on my windowsill until it's warm enough to go into the garden, probably sometime in April. And hopefully soon enough the seeds I've sown will look like this. This winter has been particularly wet and squelchy. At times I found it difficult to get inspired at all. Only the rare frosty and freezing mornings actually inspired me to get out and enjoy everything that winter has to offer. Beauty really is in the eyes of the beholder, and I reconfirm that thought to myself each time I feel apathetic or sad. I'm not one to hide away from feelings and blur them over with a mask of toxic positivity. I've struggled with that too much, if I'm honest. I don't think we always have to be positive, but rather take life as it is with its ugly and difficult parts as much as its beauty. Every moment is worth living, every moment makes us who we are, and it's how we deal with the bleak and grey times that will determine how we act when life is good. In fact, how can one see the beauty if they have never experienced the opposite of that? The absence of sadness is numbness, and numbness doesn't let you feel. Life will burst into color soon enough. Thank you so much for listening to my musings again today. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.